suck just a little bit less.
Cushy.
Zolak and Bertrand, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Steve Simmons, Toronto's son, for Keith. You talk about the due diligence that you did on John prior to hiring him and now hiring him. In the past, say, 3 to 4 days, I have been in contact with about 20 people who work in the National Hockey League, many of whom are prominent names that we would all know. And of the 20 people I spoke to, one was supportive of John's hiring, and the other 19 thought it was a sham, to be perfectly honest. Words were used like con artist, liar, salesman. How did you come to a different conclusion that I was able to come to in a very short time?
I must have talked to different people.
That's it? Because I'm telling you, the hockey world today is astounded by this announcement.
Okay.
And your response to that?
Is we've conducted due diligence, and it was deep due diligence. It was a thorough process, and I'm quite happy with where we landed.
That's great.
Oh, man.
That's it?
That's all you've got? What do you mean? Hey, man. I asked you a question. I just told you 19 people told us this hiring was bogus.
Con artist.
A sham.
It's John Shaka. That's how you say it, right? The former GM of the Arizona Coyotes that are no longer a team.
Correct.
The Arizona Coyotes.
He did a bang-up job.
He was the Coyotes GM. And he got fired from Arizona years ago.
Yes. He's been out for like 5 or 6 years now.
He now owns a number of Wendy's and Tim Hortons locations.
It's a franchise.
Well, Tim Hortons, man. That's hockey right there. If Tim Hortons isn't hockey, I don't know what is.
I mean, I think that might be part of the qualifications to get the job there. A con artist.
Well, okay.
I must have talked to different people.
That's it?
Just such an aggressive line of questioning. It's so good. Even like Channel 7 was like, wow, that's a little much, man. That's a little aggressive. It's a little aggressive.
Canadian Capello.
Yeah.
He was hired by the Coyotes in 2016. He was the youngest GM in hockey. He was 26 years old, like boy wonder.
Yeah, the hockey Theo.
Yeah. He then ended up resigning. And a month after resigning from the team, the NHL sanctioned the Coyotes for an illegal pre-draft testing for more than 20 Canadian Hockey League prospects, which violates the league's combine testing policy. And in 2021, he was suspended for a full year by Commissioner Gary Bettman for what he called conduct detrimental to the league and the game for pursuing jobs with other teams while he was still under contract with the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, we're going to hold it against the guy that he's trying to better himself, get a better gig? He's just doing his due diligence on those prospects. Sounds like a winner.
So here's my favorite part of this story, right? So if you're 26 and you get hired in that spot, right, what do you immediately think? Like, this is a dude like Yale graduate or like a Theo where, man, you kill it with the numbers, the analytics, all this stuff. You've got all these models and projections, and you are just completely next level with all of it, right? That's the appearance that you would have to get hired at 26 years old.
Yeah, Sean McVay.
All right, so why did the writer call him a con artist? All right, so the writer jumps on a podcast after this press conference and tells this story about his time with the Coyotes. You have to listen to this. It's unbelievable.
And this is Steve Simmons again.
This is Steve Simmons on the
Toronto
podcast.
Star. Steve Simmons talking about the hire, John Shaka. And Keith Pelly is the guy who runs the Maple Leafs. He's representing ownership as way of the president of like Maple Leafs Inc. or whatever.
He's their Cam Neal.
He's their guy. He's their head of the organization. He's the one facing the questions. But this is Simmons from the Toronto Sun talking about this story of when he was in Arizona. Sorry.
When he took over, the office in Arizona was spectacular. And it was a huge desk, glass windows. It didn't have, you could see into the office from everywhere you walked in the hallway. So it's one of those things. I'm an open guy. And in his office he had 6 computer terminals, and it looked like he looked like a Wall Street trader. I mean, it was just stuff everywhere, and they all had data on every screen. So Bill Armstrong goes in for his first day of work, and he's trying to figure out how this all works. Well, he's got the one computer in front of him is working. He can't get any of the other ones to work. Calls the IT guy in. The IT guy comes in and says, well, none of those computers are set up. That's, it's basically fake information on the screen. It's to show people so he had six terminals on his desk. 5 of them didn't work.
Well, maybe he's a great poker player.
At that moment, my conversation with John Shake is over.
I love that move. Look, I'm an analytics guy. I've got 5 computers. I just put screensavers up of data that look legit.
Nobody's going to question it.
Who's going to look at it? No, absolutely not. Yeah, look at all my models in the back here. Unbelievable, right?
I think that's what Zoe does with his computer on a daily basis.
Yeah. Fake data up on the screen.
5 of 6 screens were fake.
Grinding numbers. Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And so that's the guy the Maple Leafs just hired to run their hockey team. Congratulations, Toronto. You're still going to suck. I mean, he did get the Coyotes into the playoffs, right? They did have a playoff team.
What other 5 models had them winning the cup?
Yeah, exactly.
Are
the
Leafs fans pissed? They must be.
Yeah, I think it's not going over well.
That must not be a popular hire up there in Toronto. Oh, my goodness. But he does. He owns him and his wife, they own over 50 franchise fast food joints.
Good for them.
I mean,
that's where the money is,
in that
baby.
world, you either produce the Timbits and the
so good.
cheeseburgers, or you don't. So you can't be a con artist there.
No.
You're
no fake models.
No fake
computers.
burgers. You've got to produce.
I just wonder if the league is going to throw them a bone tonight and protect that
pick.
top 5 pick.
Oh, and rig it for them.
Sure, it's been done before.
JKC Restaurants owns 50 Wendy's franchises and 5 Tim Hortons throughout Ontario.
Well, they got to get more of those Timmies. That's what I'd do. I don't know what model says own 50 Wendy's, but only 5 Timmies.
They asked him multiple times about the sanctions from the NHL, and he said it's a really complicated situation.
I like that. That's good.
The big, whether or not it was a controversial hire or not, Keith Pelly was asked who's actually going to run the head of hockey there, because Matt Sundin was hired as well, and he wouldn't answer the question. He just kept dancing around it.
I love that.
And that Leafs fan base, they're always pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't imagine how mad they are today. They're not happy. I mean, they haven't won it since the 60s. They're pissed all the time. Damn.
Well, now they got a GM with fake computers pumping out fake statistics. Yep. First class organization.
Wow. They're saying that he put out a statement prior to the questions and made sure to put in that his wife and his children would be in attendance at the press conference, almost like as a way to try and
shield. I like that.
himself.
I don't hate that move.
Always good.
Yeah, right.
And instead,
why do you have kids?
Put your wife and kids in the line of fire. Take
Steve
those bullets
Simmons
for me.
comes in and says, "You're a con man." This guy's a con man, right to his
Your
face.
daddy's a con man, kids.
Yeah.
This man's a con. I talked to 20 people. 95% of them said he sucks. And what are you doing?
Honestly, I don't know.
Who's the one?
Right.
Steve, who's the one who was like, good hire?
No, I like this guy.
Penguins owner John Henry.
Yeah, right.
I don't know about you, Milliken. I take this guy as GM as of the Red Sox in a heartbeat.
You know what? When you get to the 13th or 14th choice next offseason, maybe this guy does make the move. We know he's willing to jump, right? He tried it. He tried it. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I mean, he owns fast food, hockey. He can do anything.
Yep.
He's a businessman.
Half the job is looking the part.
Credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. You know that he doesn't really actually believe in the numbers.
No. I don't know what any of this
Honestly,
stuff means.
sounds like my kind of guy.
Because there's nothing up there. Yeah.
Robbie's in New Hampshire. What do you got on this, Robbie?
Guys, this guy's sounding more and more like the fast food franchisee from Breaking Bad who used all of his restaurants as a front
Gus.
for something
That's
really
right.
bad in the background.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gus Fring. This is
Yes.
the real-life Gus Fring, I'm telling you.
Los Pollos Hermanos, for sure. No doubt about it. Pat's in Worcester. Hey, Pat.
Hey, guys. I can't help but think that once this guy gets fired from the Maple Leafs,
he's going to make the perfect GM for the Boston Red Sox because it seems like they would hire someone just like that. Thanks, boys.
Okay. John Henry, who can be our con man? Let's go to Ryan and Douglas on the Bruins. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Every time I watch McAvoy, I feel like he turns over the puck so much. You guys are saying he's elite. I don't know. I don't really see it. I wonder what the return could be. Through the playoffs, they were saying Attenborough was freeing him up to play his own game, and I just feel like it wasn't there. I'm not really convinced he's a great defenseman. And then I look around the league, McCarr and Hughes, these guys have really good defense pairings with Faber and Taves, and I don't know. I just thought Attenborough was pretty decent, and you can't really blame him for him turning the puck over all the time.
Well, you and McTakey agree wholeheartedly on this. You guys both hate McAvoy.
That's right. Yep. Can't say I disagree with him.
David in the car. David?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
I nearly spit out my coffee listening to that interview this morning because I had heard Hockey Twitter talking about it, and I went, it can't be this bad. Oh, yeah, it was that bad. My God. Someone's got to challenge Sweeney to that level of asking him about what to do this offseason. But anyways, I don't know how much hockey you guys have been watching since the Bruins have been eliminated, but especially Western Conference hockey, the Bruins are just too far away to be even competing with these other teams, even some of the teams that got eliminated. I just feel like they have a lot of work to do. And with these draft picks, whether or not we end up getting the 6th or 7th overall pick, I mean, and with the comments that Pastrnak made about being 30 and not really having that much success, obviously he's been in the playoffs, been to a cup final, but you got to start wondering if that's how he's feeling, then they got to do something with all these picks and get some serious help for these guys. And that's all I got to say. I want to know what your guys' take on that is.
Yeah, I mean, but that's okay. Yeah, no, they're not as good as the best teams that you're watching right now. I didn't expect them to be. And they've got work to do. They've got to improve their roster again this offseason. I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's panic for where they are. Maybe you guys feel differently about that.
No, I would agree with that. I mean, I think you can look at the performance of their core players and say it's not good enough, but you can also look at the roster as a whole and say this team was never going to be more than probably a first-round playoff team to begin with. Like I think those two things are separate conversations.
So you're saying his conversation is more about how far they have to go.
Yeah, and that's 100% true. They've got a long way to go, yes. But we knew that going in.
Let's talk more about that, if you'd like. Mike Florio with some thoughts on Mike Vrabel. Rodney Harrison with some thoughts on Mike Vrabel. We'll get to those coming up next. Stick around.
So,
this is what you get when you get the meat package.
And Beetle.
Okay, you can bank on that.
And the games played here.
Stop and start. Attacks the paint. Runs it up and in.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
We're one development away from something that makes it impossible for him to return.
So you think there's a chance I don't think he's going to be there after this year because I don't think they're going to have a good enough year. But you think he might not last either into or through this year?
I think that there is a non-zero chance he's not the coach come week one. Because I look at it this way. We've already had 22 days of developments, and a lot of this is the product of horrible PR management. Horrible. Like, they will be studying in universities for decades to come what not to do when faced with a PR crisis. They pushed a story right out of the gates that quickly was debunked.
Yep.
It hasn't been proven. That conflicted with what our eyes saw. You know, I tried to be very respectful early on. And I said this, the photos are what they are. The statements are what they are. I'll leave it to reasonable people to decide whether there's any daylight between the two, because there clearly was. And so I think this has just made it worse. And with each passing development, it becomes a little more problematic.
Mike Florio talking about the possibility of Mike Vrabel not lasting the year as Patriots head coach. Does anyone believe that that's a possibility as things stand right now?
I do not. No.
I do not believe that either.
Not a chance. Not a chance. He's coaching this team week 1. Come on.
No, but I think he's talking about, the possibility of more coming out, as he kind of puts it, every day that passes. I think it's going to be, based on what we know right now, it'd be impossible for him to not be doing Coach 1. You're right. Coaching week 1, as you say.
Yeah, I mean, what would come out between now and then that would change the equation for the Patriots? I mean, the only thing I can think of is she's got all kinds of information on everybody in the organization. She's got information on the Crafts, and that gets out. I don't know. Other than that, what about this would rise to the level that would force the Patriots to get rid of him? What, it comes out that the kid is his? They're going to get rid of him because of that?
No, does that change it? Would that change anything? I mean, again,
no.
It would be more fuel to the fire for this story. So while he's right, I think Florio's right when he says that this has been an unmitigated disaster from a PR perspective, but I also think that's why it got so big in the first place, because of the way that they handled this story. But to rise to that next level of something else potentially happening here, no, I don't see a road to that. The one thing I will say that this does do is it does grease the skids a little bit here, where if you don't have a year that lives up to expectations, if you take a giant step back and you underachieve and then you stack another year on top of it, I think a lot of goodwill is gone, and does make the organization's life in terms of moving on from you, if you underachieve on the field, a lot easier.
Yeah, shortening of the leash is what I've said all along. I said when things like this happen, it may not show up now, it may not show up next year, it may show up in 2 years, where you're on the fence about something with a coach's future, and you say, we've been through a lot with this guy, things that we shouldn't have had to have dealt with. So, he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt, even though he is our friend and great Patriot on the field, all of that. It could show up at some point. But I think without any more information based on the story is Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini had a relationship. That's it. If that's all there is, even if that thing you mentioned about, I don't even want to go there, but let's just say something like that along those lines, something that is tied into that relationship comes out, I think it's established. We knew they were in an inappropriate relationship. That's it. We know what it is. And so unless something entirely different comes out, I don't think he's at all in danger. No. And shouldn't be, by the way.
It's more public humiliation.
Yeah.
It's more clicks. It adds more fuel to the fire in terms of kind of reigniting this thing. But no, I don't think that changes his standing with the organization.
Yeah, because in the end, the majority of this is not a football story. The only thing I would say that is a football story is, again, if I'm a player on that team, am I saying, well, what does Diana Rossini now know about me? That affects his ability to do his job. Probably not to the point of firing the guy. Definitely not to the point of firing the guy.
Is the message being received the same way too in terms of in that locker room?
Correct. Yeah. Is he the same after coming back from a massive public wounding? Because it's what it is. I would ask all of those questions. Does that mean that they're going to fire him between now and week 1? No way. Not a chance.
I will say some interesting comments from Rodney Harrison on how he thinks this impacts Mike Vrabel. And I think Rodney Harrison is a great guy to ask, even though he's obviously a guy who's very close with Vrabel, or at least was close with Vrabel as a player. They were teammates, and I think they were very friendly, and maybe they still are. He said those players in that locker room are going through the same things that Mike Vrabel is going through, with some of the temptations and some of the things that's out there, things that they struggle with. I think they'll understand, and I think they'll forgive Mike. I think it'll bring the locker room even closer together. They know he's a human being, he's a good person, and he made a mistake, and they're going to forgive him. That is what Rodney Harrison has said about Mike Vrabel, and I think there's probably a lot of truth in that, so long as he was the same guy he is with those players all the time, right? Like, he has built a really tight relationship with those players because I think he can relate to them in a way that a lot of coaches can't. And I think it's probably going to serve him pretty well in all of this in terms of getting his players to sort of forgive him for it.
I would agree with that.
And I think it helps that he's a former player. So that all ties in. Rodney might be right. Are they going to forgive him? Probably. Are they going to be closer as a result? I don't know about that.
No, I would be weary. But yeah, are they going to forgive him? I think so.
I think he'll probably be able to move on with it from them in terms of not having to talk about it pretty quickly. But the thing about, like, don't make a headline, if he continues to make headlines, well, that's bad news.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's not great.
I mean, look, there's going to be one we know of, at least, that's still coming. And that's whenever she decides to tell her story. And that's going to be the next shoe to drop here, where you are probably going to have to address something again. Unless, look, Florio came out with another article last night talking about how potentially do you get her to sign like an NDA or something like that. And
what's in it for her?
Money.
It have to be money.
Yeah.
And lots of it.
Yep.
Millions of dollars.
Yep. Is that worth?
Now, if she wants to continue her career,
she has to address it.
She has to have she can't do that.
What would your price be?
Man, if I'm him.
No, if you're her.
Oh.
Not him.
No, well, you got to cut that check too, man.
Yeah. Well,
so at what point are you like, hey, I'm not cutting that thing?
What's the dollar amount?
8 figures. 8 figures. What's her earning potential now? Seriously, like, let's say she totally goes into it. What can she sell her story for, and what does she get from that beyond this point?
I wasn't going to say 10. I wasn't going to say 10 million or more. I would have said 5.
Yeah, 5's just 5.
$5 million.
4 figures.
Yeah, $1,500 again.
Yeah.
No, that's my price. That's what I can be bought for.
I mean, she was making reportedly somewhere in the range of $1 million a year.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
It's crazy money.
Right? It is. So think about the earning potential that she's lost there. Not that she's going to make $1 million again.
I'll pay you your salary for the next 5 years. You're not going to have a career again anyway.
The only way she has a career again is if she totally leans into it and goes full on. Yeah, I'm the bad girl. I'm the other woman.
See, I don't buy that.
I think she's screwed either way. Pardon the pun. I think either way, it's got nowhere to go.
There were better ways to say that for sure.
Yeah, that's why I say pardon the pun.
You really should have cut that thing off after that Titans run.
There it is. Yeah. So my point is, you come clean and tell the story. We're all going to be like, oh my God, want to hear the story. But no one then takes her seriously as a reporter again. And if she doesn't tell the story, no one takes her seriously as a reporter again. So just take the check.
You guys don't think she could just do like an NFL pod?
No, again,
she was doing an NFL pod. Was everybody listening to it?
No. It's true.
So I would take the check, but I would say at least $5 million to go away. McTakey.
Wow.
$10 million.
Yeah.
So if he offered you 5, you're saying no?
If he offered me 5? Or
no,
her 5?
If you're her.
If you're her.
If you're
take
her. 5?
I don't know. Again,
that's tough to walk away from.
By the way, he's got it. So he could afford it. It would hurt, but he could afford it.
I'm telling you.
You know what's going to hurt more? A divorce.
Yeah. I think if she leans into it, again, becomes the bad girl, it just absolutely embraces being the other woman. Seriously.
That's not something anybody wants to embrace.
No. It's not something you want to embrace, but is there money to be made from that? I think so.
$5 million?
$10 million. My price.
$10 million.
What do you? No, seriously. What do you think?
I mean,
the
story's better be really good if she needs.
I know you better. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think her story is worth to TMZ, to the whatever?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not that kind of money.
You're gonna splash for like a day, right?
It's worth more to Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what it is.
You are right about that.
It's worth more to him than it is worth to anybody else. But yeah, I think he's probably weathered this storm now. Despite all the PR blunders, he's going to be okay. Assuming, again, that this is the story.
Yeah.
Well, again,
that the story is only that he had the inappropriate, out of whatever you want to call it. I'm so done describing what it is. He had the relationship with Rossini.
What if the baby's his? Then the story's worth more, isn't it?
It's still the same story, isn't it? I mean, wow, that is a very complicated situation. And I honestly hope it isn't.
No, I hope so too.
And
for everybody involved.
Yeah. And so, that would certainly complicate some things, but I don't think the story changes. The story is still the same story.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
There's another wow factor to it. Oh, can you believe that? But I don't think it changes the whole narrative. I really don't.
I drive a hard bargain. $10 million.
$10 million.
$10 million. 8 figures. Settle for 7.5.
Oh, there you
Now,
go.
could I throw out and wildly speculate on all the different things and different elements that could get him in trouble with his job? Sure, I could, but I just don't think there's any reason to believe that stuff exists right now. That's all.
I would agree with
And
that.
you could do that with any coach in the league.
Yeah, 100%.
So
But that's the only way it rises to the level of him getting fired, which was where the conversation began. And I don't think any of us think that's going to happen.
No, I don't believe that is the case. I don't think so. But Florio thinks, look out.
Well, what does he know?
I don't know. I don't know what he knows.
A couple of Pats players are speaking right now. KJ Britt, their new linebacker.
Yeah.
He's quoted as saying the reason he came here was because of Mike Vrabel. Is that going to change next year?
No, not if you win.
Not if you win.
I don't think this is going to be the storyline if you win games.
And if he's the same guy, then you're good. Then you're all good. And everything's good, and this will be a thing of the past. Let's grab headlines right now. We'll get to your calls coming up next.
So,
Why do you think people listen to us?
Beetle,
He's got a big...
Zolak, and Bertrand, the Sports Hub.
Tequila.
We drinking here today?
We should.
That was nice. Thank you for that. Apologize for getting back late.
Oh, you're fine.
The sales guys, they always want to talk.
And important matters we were discussing down there.
Very important.
Important matters.
Kidding me? I got to grease that. I need some tickets coming up. I got to talk now. I got to grease some palms.
Look at you.
What tickets you trying to get over there?
He's trying to get Springsteen tickets.
It's the hardest ticket in 20 years, man.
He's not here every day. He's got to do the work while he's here.
Yeah, you kidding me? I grease some palms back there, baby.
Yeah? He's begging.
I am legitimately begging.
He is. He's begging.
I'm
at this
desperate
point.
at this point.
He's
It's
desperate to see the boss.
How much are they going for right now?
Like, I think
Secondary
get
market.
in $550.
And you're just looking for yourself to go. You'll go by yourself, is what you're saying.
No, this is a different situation. I need 2 extra tickets this time.
You're going to need
Wait,
3
you need
tickets?
3?
I need 3
get
tickets.
lost. A-hole.
My girlfriend and her mom.
it'd
Come
be
on, I
lost.
can't.
Your girlfriend's mom.
I can't. I can't just get 2. I got to get 3. This is a 3 or nothing.
Wait, so
this is 3 or nothing.
You're trying to tell me your girlfriend is into Bruce Springsteen
She's
as much
never
as...
seen him. She's dying to see him.
No, so this is for you, though. This is for you. She's going to see for you.
No one's dying to see Bruce Springsteen that's never seen Bruce Springsteen.
She's literally a professional musician. She wants to see him. It's a big deal.
Professional musician?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What does she play?
She's a singer.
Oh, so it's a vocalist.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, this is... I got to make this happen.
Is a fan of Bruce or just someone who's musically inclined?
Or does she know that it's your favorite artist and she's doing this to kind of support you?
I kid you not. She's like, I've been trying to see him. I've never seen him. This is like a bucket list thing. I got to see him.
She could have seen him in any of those Gillette shows. It was the easiest thing in the world to get into those.
That's what I said to her. So obviously she screwed up.
You could get into those shows for like $12.
They were great. Back-to-back nights. They were good.
Cheapest ticket I see right now, McCarthy's $677.
This is the toughest ticket in 20 years.
I know what headlines guys make, dude. You're not getting into that show.
McCone talking trash. Headline on headline guy crime right here.
You're not making that much, and you don't have that kind of juice down there for 3 tickets, so you're out of luck, dude.
Why do you think I've resorted to begging? Can we end this segment so I can go back down the hall so I can talk to anybody down there?
They don't have any tickets. What do you think they have? You think they're sitting on some pile of tickets?
More than me, guys. More than me.
Do we even have a station that plays Bruce anymore?
It's pretty much just us as a joke.
I mean, I think ROR plays Glory Days every now and again.
I'll take my chances, man. It's the best shot I have.
You're not making that much. You don't have the juice. Brutal. Oh, Mike in Waltham. What's up, Mike?
Hilarious, guys. I don't even like Bruce Springsteen yet. Even I've seen him live. You guys are talking about Vrabel. I don't like Mike Florio is the last guy that I want to be hearing that from, honestly. But a lot of suck to talk about from this weekend. And one take I have not heard yet that I just want to share is there a chance that Missoula has an element of immunity because the Celtics are trying to get Giannis? And as we know, he's made comments about Missoula specifically. So is there a bit of a marriage that's being planned here, and his job is not even possible to be on the line?
It's a gregreat point, Mike, where they say, hey, this is a players' league. He's a players' coach. Tatum loves him, and so does Giannis, and that's why we're going to swap out Brown for Giannis. And we're going to get that presence we need. That's certainly a possibility. I don't think Joe's going anywhere, period.
No, I don't think so either.
His bosses love him, and he's doing exactly what they want him to be doing.
They'd also have to pay him to go away.
But even, like, take that out of it, because I get what you're saying, and every owner is cheap. But the point is, if your boss tells you, hey, I want you to do this, Matt McCarthy, I want you to do the headlines a certain way, and you do it repeatedly, over and over and over again, exactly how Rick Radzik and Jim Louth told you to do it, are they going to say, hey, our ratings weren't good, we're firing you? Well, wait a second, I did exactly what you wanted me to do.
Yeah, because I'm the fall guy in that spot.
Because they look bad, so
Yeah.
they've got to answer to somebody else.
Always have a fall guy.
What if the guy at the very top, Dollar Bill Chisholm, says, I love Joe. I think he's doing exactly what we want to be doing, and I believe in this, and it's going to work for us. Well, then what? Like, who's going to do that to their employee? They're not. He's doing exactly what has been asked of him.
I think the fall guy's going to be someone on that roster. I think that's what the fall guy's ultimately going to be. And I think that Mazzulla, again, I think in that organization is looked at not like a typical NBA coach. I think there are those outliers across the league, right? Spoelstra in Miami, right? Bigger than what that position normally is. You're not just firing Frank Vogel, right? It's different. And whether or not he deserves that respect is another conversation. But in those walls, I think that's the way he's viewed.
I'll be shocked if he's fired. I mean, should he be? Yes. Will he be? I don't think so.
I think there needs to be a conversation about like just the way that we are going about the play style as a whole. Like that's something that Brad Stevens and Joe Mazzulla need to look at this offseason. That's not debatable. But him executing what's been going on this postseason, I'm with you. I don't think Brad Stevens is looking at it going, why the hell is Joe Mazzulla playing this way?
Stevens had to sign off on it at some point. He does enable it. For sure. I do, though, buy somewhat the reporting.
I think he believes in it and built the roster to follow it.
Well, that is true.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Okay, I will say this, though. And I believe the reporting that when Mazzulla took over, that Stevens really did not want to have much hands-on activity at all. He wanted to let his coach. I do think there's some of that. Organizationally, is there a philosophy to get stretch bigs who can shoot the three, and we want to have 5 shooters on the floor and we want to shoot 3-pointers? Yes. Do I think Mazzulla has taken it to the next level? I do.
Or did Brad Stevens take it to another level when he was now in charge of constructing the roster, right? Did Danny Ainge not lean into it the way that Brad Stevens would like to as a head coach?
Did they do this under Udoka? To this extent?
No. But the
So,
game, in their mind, it continues to change, and they continue to change. If Udoka had stayed, do you think that this would have evolved the way that it did?
Not to this extent.
See, I do.
Not to this
I don't know
extent.
what you have to prove that it wouldn't go right down this path.
Basically, the 1 year with Udoka where it was not like this.
Right, but we come up short in those finals. Why did we do it? Because we didn't necessarily lean into, again, the 3-pointer the way that we could have. And maybe they viewed that the shortcomings of that team in the finals was the fact that we didn't go all in on this style of play the way that we should have.
I think the coach has a seat at the table on that. I think, no doubt, they're aligned in this philosophy. I just think the coach is one of the people really pounding the table for it. And I don't want to ignore that. Yes, Stevens deserves blame for their play style. He is the president of basketball operations. He should have his hand in all of it. I just don't want to ignore the fact that under Joe Mazzulla, they have gone beyond what they did under Ime Udoka.
Right, and under Ime Udoka, they far exceeded what they did under Brad Stevens. So it was a gradual, step forward. When Ime Udoka took over, they set the single season record for threes per game in Celtics history. So it happened under him too. It was trending that way. No, it wasn't what it is now. But if he didn't get himself fired, what's to say that trend would not have continued?
Yeah, I just think to this extent, I do put some of that on the coach.
What year was Brad Stevens' first year?
2013, I want to say, or 2014? 2013 or 2014?
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah.
2013, his first year. Okay, he started out that team, his first team, was at 21.1 3-point attempts per game. By the time he was done, he was at 34.5 or 36.4 was when he was done. He went from 21 to 36. And then the next year, the number went up to 37. It increased again. So I just don't understand. On the chart here, it just gradually keeps going up. It went up under it kept going up under Stevens. It went up again under Udoka. He gets fired. It keeps going up under Mazzulla.
So wait.
But Udoka would have stopped it based on what?
Taking it to this extreme, how many 3-pointers did they shoot a game under Udoka?
Under Udoka, it was 37.1.
And now they're shooting 47? 3 years later, something like that? I mean, they shot 47 a game in the playoffs. I don't know if they did it.
42.1 in the regular season.
So in the playoffs, they're shooting even more.
And it came down from last season, by the way.
Yeah.
It came down significantly. It went from 48.2 a season ago to 42.1.
And I have to think
according to Basketball Reference.
That has to do with some of the off-season discussions that were had.
So didn't they already change some things?
So that starts, though, at the top, doesn't it?
Yes, agreed.
Right.
And I think it happened after the Jazz game, too, where they shot 51 threes, and there was some type of philosophical come to Jesus after that Jazz game. I'm just not excluding Joe Mazzulla from the criticism of this. Yes, Stevens is a part of it, but the coach is a part of it too.
I know. I just don't think he's like this rogue head coach though that's going out and launching threes, and Stevens is back there going, "I can't believe we're doing this."
No, Stevens has signed off on it, but it's Joe Mazzulla, not Brad Stevens, on record saying that the most important stat in basketball is 3-point attempts.
Right. And
so at some point, I have to put that on the coach.
I know, but that's executing again. I think that's executing Brad Stevens' plan. I really do.
Doing what your boss tells you to do. That's what it is. You can always count on the fine folks of New York to rip Boston. They're having a good laugh about where things stand right now in this really brutal run. Brutal run. Craig Carton, you'll hear it from him next.
Zoe and Beetle are back with more on the Sports Hub.
Boston's the worst sports city in America right now.
Good.
Let it play out. The Red Sox suck.
Yep.
They already fired Alex Cora, right? Mm-hmm. Your football coach is in the middle of the biggest NFL scandal since Deflategate, right? Then you've got the Bruins. They got knocked out of the Stanley Cup, right? Then the Celtics, who had a 3-1 series lead.
That's right.
Against the 76ers, lose game 7 yesterday. Mm-hmm. So they're out of basketball. They're out of hockey. Their head coach is this close to being fired in football. And they already fired Alex Cora. Is there a worse town in America to be in right now than Boston, Massachusetts?
There isn't. There isn't.
And that's another tough talking town. Oh, we're the city of champions. We're the greatest. Greatest.
Now you're at rock bottom. How's it feel? All of you frauds, led by number one fraud, I'll say again, punk-ass Jaylen Brown.
Wow. Harsh criticism from Craig Carton talking about Boston being the city of losers now. It's been a bad stretch.
Bad summer, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, right now, which franchise is the least loser franchise in town?
Oh, that would be your New England Revolution right here. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the Pats, right? Pats and Celtics. Still.
You're basing that just based on, you're saying just based on the field?
On the field,
court,
right now.
On the ice?
Who do you feel great? Who do you feel good about? Like the Mike Vrabel stuff is embarrassing. I get all that stuff. Are you worried about the direction of the franchise right now?
Not yet, no.
They're going to take a step back this year, though.
Yeah.
In terms of what? Maybe record, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to be a better team this year?
They could be.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope they are.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, do I still feel good about the future? Yes. The answer is yes.
Celtics?
I'm worried. How could you not be?
Faith in Brad Stevens, and I have faith in the fact that you're going to have either Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or both of them. So I just think that there's a level there in terms of how far you're going. You have pieces in place here where you're going to be competitive in the Eastern Conference. I think. I thought you were going to be in this postseason. The Red Sox, I have zero faith in right now. I don't know what the direction of that franchise is. I don't know how good the young players you're trying to build around are ultimately going to be, or your ability to develop and continue to develop those young players. I don't know how much investment you're going to have from ownership. Typically, I feel like the Red Sox are the one organization you can point to and say, man, they can turn that around like that. Because we've seen it before.
Well, they still can because it's baseball. It's the nature of the sport. I just don't know if they themselves are capable.
But wasn't there a level of investment with the Red Sox when they did that there currently isn't when it comes to this ownership group?
Yeah, I mean, they got a bunch of clowns running the organization. I mean, they need a full house cleaning over there. So, listen, if John Henry woke up and decided to get serious and, blow out the whole organization and bring in a real GM and a real manager, and, we're actually going to spend more than 12th in baseball, yeah, they could turn it around instantly because that's the nature of the sport.
But is he going to do that?
I don't think so, no.
And then, all right, so let's say you get rid of Craig Breslow. Who are you bringing in to run this? Because who's going to, realistically, what unbelievable candidate is going to want the job that you look at and go, all right, hold on a second. We're going to be 12th in spending. And if things don't go well and we're not viewed as an upper echelon franchise in Major League Baseball, I'm going to be blamed for it. And I'm going to have a short leash because people are going to be calling for my job because we're not having success. So I'm not set up for success. I better have success. And if we don't have success, it's going to be my head. Yeah, where do I sign? Like, what candidate's that going to be?
That's why firing Alex Cora was important, because you had to eliminate the Cora factor with that. If you're going to bring in a real general manager, what real general manager would want to come in, have Alex Cora forced on him, knowing that Cora is going to be days away from trying to run up the back stairs to stab you in the back?
So I don't disagree with that, but here's the one thing I will say about it, right? Why was Alex Cora pissed?
Oh, because the GM's incompetent. Yeah, both times.
But why else? Why else is he frustrated?
Because
what type of team does Alex Cora want to manage?
A winning baseball team.
Right.
Yeah.
So the frustration that Alex Cora has stems from the fact that he wants the Red Sox to be run in a way that Red Sox fans want the organization to be running. Mm-hmm. And he keeps running into a brick wall because that's not the way that this organization runs anymore.
Yeah, so it's the right message. It's the wrong messenger. Your manager can't be poisoning the well.
100%, and I agree with you, and that's why ultimately you have to fire him. I'm just saying when I look at the long-term outlook of this team, the issues that he was having with the organization, I don't see those going away anytime soon.
No, I don't disagree with that. So yeah, they're screwed. Yep. Things are good here. Feeling great about it. Oh, and the Bruins are still the Bruins. Charlie McAvoy sucks.
Oh, there you go again with your McAvoy hate. There you go again with that. McAvoy still. Come on now.
I'd like a number one defenseman who doesn't blow in the playoffs. That's just me. I mean, I know that that's very unreasonable ask.
All right, here's some support. John in Millville wrote in. He is not a number one defenseman. Do you remember 2 years ago in the playoffs when he was in the keeper's kitchen constantly screening him over and over again? He had me screaming at my television to get the F out of the way. There's just some stuff missing with this guy that other number one Ds have.
Yep. Yep, I'm spot on. Email of the day right there.
There you go. Another one, though, from PJ who says, think of all the things that Chucky went through this year. Olympics, he broke his face. He lost a ton of chuckles. He was getting pounded every night, and then he broke his hand. So go pound sand, McCarthy.
I can pound sand with my hand.
He said, I'd like to send Zadorov down there and pound your face and break it. Okay, well, that sounds
aggressive,
too strong in defense of Charlie McAvoy. Okay, it's a little much.
Not questioning his toughness.
Yeah.
I'm questioning his ability.
You are. You're questioning both.
No. He's a tough guy. He is. He's just not very good in the playoffs. That's all.
Let's continue this conversation and others. After the headlines in 90 seconds, we can also continue to talk about the first rounder that is apparently about to go to Philadelphia next month for A.J. Brown. Feels like it's just now accepted that it's happening. Is that worth it? Is a first rounder worth it? Let's pick that up on the other side.